All right, is this going? I think this is going. There's apparently a 20-second delay, so I won't know if it's going until 20 seconds have gone by. It says I'm live on YouTube, so I think it's going. But I won't actually see your comments until 20 seconds after you post them. This is really kind of lame. I'm on a Zoom meeting right now, so you could actually join me if you wanted. I wonder if I can post this somehow. Post the invitation. I'm gonna try to do that. Post, copy invite link. See if I can post this on YouTube so you can join me, because that's kind of the whole point. Where'd it go? Okay, no, I don't know how to do that. I guess I can post in the chat. I'll do that. I'll post it in the chat. All right. Posted an invite in the chat, so if you're watching this right now, you can join the Zoom room with me and talk to me live, because this is Intact Radio. And I might not let you in the Zoom room because I have some shit I want to say, but there are 3 people watching, so it apparently is hopefully working. So yeah, I'm starting this new group called Intact Community, and hold on a second. Oh yeah, it did post from me. Wait, am I listed as Intact Community? Am I logged in as Intact Community? Sorry, I'm just confused by this whole thing. On Zoom, I'm Intact Community. No, I'm not. I'm on Zoom. I'm Jordan Arell. I don't know what's going on here, obviously. Off to a great start. This is a good start, because today I want to start a new. I am starting a new organization called Intact Community. This is the Intact Radio show, and on the show, I will simply be talking about aspects of intactivism, many aspects of intactivism, with people who want to join me and talk with me, friends of mine, as well as just random intactivists, random community members, people from the intactivist movement who are interested in discussing these things. So the point of this is to basically give a daily radio show, a daily opportunity where you can come and listen to whatever's whatever's being talked about. It's kind of more like a shit talking, like just saying whatever pops into your head, more than a planned kind of like carefully thought out show. And so it's yeah, it's like a radio show, right? It's like you can call in, you can talk. I'll have guests on here, probably invite friends of mine like Brendan Murata and Carter Steinhoff, and any big name intactivists, small name intactivists. We'll talk about current events that are going on. Sort of like I want to have like different segments of the show. So like have like a intact news show. You know, just what's current events that are exciting in intactivism. We could have a segment that's like um, intact basics, like Intact 101. We just talk about, you know, what are the basics of the circumcision conversation? How do you talk with people about it? What are the basic things that you should know for kind of newbies? We could have like a call-in element, where people call in and have kind of a radio talk show sort of thing. As I said, have guests on, have people who are in the intactivist movement who are doing exciting projects, and have them talk about what their organization is doing. There's endless possibilities with what we could do with it. I could have a healing show, walk people through the process of processing circumcision trauma or managing trauma. There's so many endless things I could do with this. Just having a daily show, it'll probably start out pretty small, just like me riffing on random shit for like 20 minutes a day or something. But I'd eventually like to be like all these different shows that you can tune into like every day, like have it just be continually a stream of content on intactivism, because I think this issue is that important. We're talking about genital mutilation of children. There's literally nothing in the world that's more important than not mutilating children's genitals. So so it's a very important topic here. I got a message from JA2K. I love this live element because like I don't have to like think of shit all the time. I just respond to what people are saying. I'm trying the manhood product from Canada. Has any tried? It's supposed to soften the glands and protect it, so hopefully I regain some feeling. Yes. Um, I use the manhood product every night. During the day, I use one of these, an O-ring. But at night, I use the manhood. I have two of them. The manimal, which is kind of like a leopard print one, and then a black one. Um, which I don't like as much because it looks kind of like that like black like thing you put on your head before you get the guillotine. I don't know. It reminds me of that for some reason, like that black hood for some reason related to PTSD, quite possibly. But it's fine. It's a very good product. You can, if you have enough skin, you can pull the skin up and then it holds the skin in place when you. Um, I was actually going to do a product review for them and never got around to it because it's a great product. You can also use it if you don't have enough skin to pull up over the glands, but it will still cover it because it's hold on, I've got an example for you here. Since this isn't my Pornhub account, I can't unfortunately show you a demonstration of this. I'll have to have that channel kind of separate from the rest of Intact Radio. Although I get a lot of viewership on Pornhub, I must say. A lot of people fucking watch it. It's so easy to get like massive numbers of views. It's crazy. But this is how it works. You open this thing up. I'm trying to. It's like a sleeve. It's like a sock cock. You open it up. You put it around, and then seal it with this. It's a nice little Velcro thing. Although the Velcro's dying, unfortunately. They're only like $20, so it lasts for, I don't know, half a year. Not too bad. And yeah, even if you are not restored at all, you can still cover your glands with that. Or if you're restored, then you pull the skin up and keep the thing in place. So it's a great product. I would recommend that. Yeah. Kind of lost my train of thought there. I could have like, I'm so excited for the show because there's so many things I can do. I could have like a products that I sponsor, that sponsor me because I need money. And there's a lot of great, dizzying number of foreskin restoration products out there, and a few different other intact products, Foragen, of course. Yeah. So if you want, I posted a link here, a Zoom link and you can join me on Zoom and talk with me right now, do it. Do it. um, I'm sure more people would be willing to do that if I had like, and this is my announcement. I'm going to do this from now on. I want to do this every day. I know I just said that with like a different thing that I was doing. By the way, again, there's a 20-second or so delay, so I'll get your message like 20 seconds after you send it, right? Yeah, I get your message 20 seconds. There's a big delay. Greetings. My restoring journey over the hump is going well. I'll probably be over by April. Nice, man. That's awesome. Jealous. I've been doing it for 7 years and still a ways away. Still probably got another 5 years before I get any rollover onto the glands when flaccid. Unfortunately, another 20 or 30 years until I have full coverage with the growth rate of my skin, unfortunately. But I'm always happy when people actually have success restoring, as most people do. Usually takes more like 6 years. Item to restore using TLC Tugger, but I have a very physical job and it kept falling off down my pant leg and floor at work. I think the measurements was too small. Yeah, I had to do a few measurements to get it right. I think 2 or 3 I had to go through, which is sucks. Because they cost money. I don't use it when I'm working or doing anything. I had to use it when I'm pretty much still. But from what I've heard, someone actually did a study on this, relatively like 20 or 30 or 40 people, but he found that there was no difference between people who restored like, I think, less than 3 hours a day and like literally all day. So if you restore for just part of the day, for just a couple hours a day, that's just as good as doing full time. Guys get great results just, doing a few minutes every day, just doing manual tugging and doing that for whatever, 20 minutes or something at high tension. That's what I've been doing actually, because I have a skin bridge to form because I got an injury from restoring. I've been restoring daily for 1 year and 2 months manually and through T-tape. Nice. Yeah. I've never done T-tape. But manual, it works. It's kind of annoying because you have to sit there and like hold it, but I'm tired. I started doing this show last night at like 1 a.m. and then it wasn't working, and then I gave up. So I'm pretty tired now because I had to get up early and help John Adkison, who I'm living with, move some stuff. And I will be moving in a week and moving to Portland, where it's cheaper than LA, since I'm going to be even more homeless than I am now. I won't have anyone to live with. So that's that. Yeah, I like actually pretty fucking tired though. So call in if you want to talk to me. No one has called in so far. I'm kind of sad. I'll post this link again. I think, let me know if it's not posting right or something. I'm sure it's just didn't post right. Posted another link. Come talk to me on Zoom. This is a call-in radio show. That means you have to call in. I know there's only 4 people watching, so maybe my expectations are too high for day one. Yeah, I explained Intact Radio. It's like a show where I say stuff and then other people come on and say stuff. I'm the only host right now, but ideally, I'll have more hosts. If you want to help me host the show, just let me know and I will host it with you. I actually have another account for this. I'm going to start a new account. This is my personal account, but I have an Intact community account, which is the organization which is hosting Intact Radio. Intact Community is a large organization that has groups where you show up every week and meet with other intactivists and discuss strategy, discuss aspects of intactivism, sort of like a social club, country club for intactivists, as Tyler Drozd called it. Tyler Drozd is the COO of Foragin. I may also do some Foragin groups, leading kind of people at Foragin through hi David Dates, leading people at Foragin through group discussions to kind of think tank, how we can push this forward. That's what this is all about. It's like tapping the collective intelligence of the intactivist community, the intactivist movement, to see, what ideas are out there, what things and people are there that just haven't participated as much as they could, and kind of give an opportunity and give a platform for those people's voices to be elevated. So if you're out there watching this right now and want to be more involved in intactivism, please do join a group, Intact Community. You can join it on Facebook. It's in the description of this video already. Very first thing, Facebook groups, Intact Community Facebook group. You can join a group. I only have one so far. That will be next Tuesday. And I will then also post the recording of that group so you can watch the Intactivist challenges and solutions, which I will post there. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. I don't know. What should I talk about now? It's basically everything I wanted to say. Jay, it can be hard to wear it out in public. Maybe just start using it at home and tugging and wear manhood in public. Good tip. Yeah. No pun intended. I just I just wear my O-ring, which I'll show you again. You buy these on Amazon. You can buy like 8,000 of them for like 2 cents. That's only a slight exaggeration. They're great because they gave you like 20 different sizes of them in like a box. That's like $10 or something. And there's like a bunch of them of every size. And that way you can figure out what size you need. And yeah, that keeps the skin forward once you can bring it past the glands, which might take a little bit. But not as long as you think. Unless you're like me. If you're me, it'll take a really long time. Intactivism. Let's talk about some aspect of intactivism to get my energy up. Intactivism. Try to post something on a I was gonna say friend, Facebook friend, not a real friend. Kara Wood. I'm just gonna call her out right there. That's only her maiden name. I don't remember what her new name is. I don't think I've ever actually talked to her. She went to my high school, and yeah, I posted a thing about circumcision on her Facebook. She said, "Oh, I'm having a baby" or whatever, and so I posted a thing. She seemed to have liked everyone's comment on her post, her congratulations, except mine, which is a pretty fucking bad sign. So I don't think I'm pretty sure she's gonna mutilate her child, unfortunately. So there's a accountability project for you. Go stab her in the face because she knew. Your mom knew. If you're seeing this in 20 years, she had the information, and she rejected it. So please do whatever you need to do and do with this information as you will. I post on Facebook but don't get much attention. I can't comment a lot on bloodstained men. Yeah, that's good. That's the main community we have right now, right? Is bloodstained men. And so um uh I really, really like the fact that they have such a strong community element. It's very grassroots, you know. That's how they advertise it, and it's very true. It's amazing. I want to have Brother K on here one of these days. James Lowen is a friend I've talked with, and yeah, posting on Facebook. It's hard. It's hard posting anywhere to get a lot of attention because people don't want to hear it. It's like um, it's not something people want to want to know about unless you have a bunch of intactivist friends. And then it's that echo chamber, you know, whether you're posting on Bloodstained Men or you just have a bunch of intactivist friends or whatever. Um, right. Reaching new people is difficult. Yeah. Um, so what I want to do with this is create another community, basically. The one of the goals I have here is to have um, a sort of like a safe place to make it as non-traumatic as possible. A lot of the stuff on Bloodstained Men is really intense. It really taps that core emotion of the intense just grief and suffering of it, and kind of tries to broadcast that, which is super important. Um, I want to here have like sort of a place that can be as healing as possible. Um, because for me personally, I've noticed with a lot of intactivism, when I try to engage in it, it actually burns me out because it's just so intense and it's just so much of the trauma. So I'm hoping this community can kind of skew sort of positive and try to look at the good things happening in intactivism. And for people who aren't able to maybe engage with certain aspects of the trauma of intactivism, to have a place where you can um, yeah, have a little bit more serene, or as serene as can be when engaging this topic. Um, would love feedback on if that's achieved and how to help achieve it, because I don't know exactly how to do that. You know, I'm like, I know there's a way to do it, that you can be. I think Your Whole Baby is another, you know, great community that does is a little bit more gentle. Um, Somehow this isn't quite the same as that either, but figuring out what this is, Frank, I feel like strategy is something I'm really interested in. I have a very cerebral um, energy about me, and so I like to really think through how can we be as effective as possible and come at it from a very analytical sort of um, intelligent perspective, as well as a, again, community building. So building on the collective collaborative intelligence of everyone in the movement. David Dates again. I'll get really passionate for a while, but I have to get out of my life uh, because of my own intense emotion and trauma. It sucks because I can't talk to my family at all about it. Right? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of intactivists just can't. You know, there's millions of people who care about this, who really want to engage with it and be involved, but who, like, they just can't. It's just too much for them. Um, and it's too depressing. You know, they don't want to go and think about genital mutilation every week. So I want to give a way to engage in this cause that you can show up and not burn out. Uh, and yeah, that's another thing I'd really like to figure out, is kind of give some sort of um, I've noticed when I talk with certain other intactivists, I can get advice or I can get ideas and kind of get support. And getting um, that one-on-one FaceTime with other intactivists, I can learn how to either think about it or engage with family or engage with. I'm thinking of one time a fellow intactivist told me how to talk to Uber and Lyft passengers, and that was really helpful because I couldn't crack it. Like I was like, how do I bring this up with someone? It feels so awkward and difficult. And then I talked with him a little bit about how he does it, um, and yeah, just having that, for one thing, support and knowing that someone else is doing it and it's okay and people don't like cut your head off or something or get you fired. But just if you come about it in the right way, people are actually pretty open to it. It's just you have to be a little sensitive about how you do it. It is easier in person, yeah. Yeah, my advice for I really need to write a. I actually did write a whole big long thing about how to talk to your parents about it in the trauma healing book that I wrote and have yet to publish. But something about talking to um, family or friends that kind of explains, it's really a process of setting the scene, of setting the setting, and um, yeah, there's sort of an art form to it. You have to control the situation very effectively. A friend of mine, Carter Steinhoff, I want him to also make some content on this because he's really fucking good at it. Um, you have to be dominant, and you have to, yeah. There's just a few tips. Being in person is always much, much, much more effective than online because it's easy for people to shut you out. Whereas if you go to someone's house and sit down with them one on one and say, hey, there's something really serious I need to talk to you about. Um, if we're going to continue to have a relationship, you have to understand this. And, really lay it down. And you can very methodically go through the conversation bit by bit, have a video ready to show them. This is what it looks like when a child is circumcised. It's genital mutilation. you know, Here's all of the facts that you need to understand about this. Um, you have to be willing to go there, first of all. So again, it helps to have support. But but yeah, knowing the points, there's an art form to it. Um, thank you to all of you men who talk and take care of this issue. Thank you, Isabel Kinosian. Appreciate you for coming on and commenting. Feel free to call in to Intact Radio, the Intact Radio Talk Show. I'm going to post this link again here because it got buried. I don't know how to. I guess I could make the link permanent on the show, on the thing below. Um, David Dates, if you come at it emotionally, it probably won't go well. Yeah, you have to be able to control your own emotions pretty effectively. So that's definitely another thing. Um, yeah. Um, that's a whole that's a whole can of worms. Learning to manage your own emotions is super important. Um, Isabel says it's sincere. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it is sincere. Yeah, I feel like it's hard not to be sincere if you understand genital mutilation. Um, it's pretty. It's a pretty serious thing. It's pretty intense. It's pretty hard to ignore or to not get. I think the only reason people don't get it is because there's such a thing of emotional and physical trauma, or potential emotional, physical, sexual trauma that they don't want to engage with, that they become very hardened in a pro circumcision stance, not wanting to engage with that possibility. It's a very interesting psychological phenomena of repression, because it's so obvious. It's like the most obvious thing in the world. So it's so bizarre that so many people uh, can be so ignorant of it. But I think it is that, on some level they might have an intuition, when confronted, that this could actually really be a horrible thing, that they don't want to think about that. I don't know how to deal with this. It has come to my awareness for a year. I still don't know how to deal with this. Yeah, um, Isabel, I feel for you. Um, yes, exactly. The more people deny it, the more horrific it gets for me. Right, being alone in it, because that's what that results in. If the more people deny it, the more it's like, fuck, like I'm I'm the only one who understands that this is genital mutilation. Um, which is again why I want to create a community of people who understand it and can um, address it together. Um, yeah, I'm gonna log off here in a couple minutes because I'm just so fucking tired. I don't know why I had to do this right now. I really wanted to do it. I'm glad I did, but like I'm really tired. uh, I'll have more energy tomorrow. David Dates, I've dealt with a lot of problems in my life, drug abuse, suicide, health problems, but getting past my circumcision is by far the most difficult, and most of my other problems seem to stem from it. Yep, I am there myself. I don't have any drug abuse problems aside from caffeine and nicotine. I've dealt with a little bit, um, but definitely suicide, health problems, which are peripherally related for me. But yeah, all of that stuff. Suicide is ever present. Um, so yeah, it's crazy. People don't really get how profoundly horrible this is. There's just no awareness of that. That's another thing I want to do on the show, is have like a segment where we bring on people to tell their stories on like a daily basis, so people can have something to point to. I mean, James Lowen, again, with Bloodstained Men, has done that already with a lot of the Bonobo 3D. If you haven't seen that YouTube channel, there's a lot of great stories. But of course, with the pandemic, that's kind of closed down right now. And I really want to have like a daily, like radio, like everyday radio call-in show where people tell their stories. Um, so so that people can be aware of that. You're welcome, Isabel. And one day it will be well known. Yes, very soon it will be well known. And go take a nap. I'm about to. Isabel, I am a woman, a daughter of a cut man, and grandmother. I have son and grandson. I don't see where to find it in me to understand these people. I can't stand my father defending what was done to him. Yeah, it's definitely I feel that. I always say, like, it's I can't wrap my head around. I study psychology a lot, and I really will never ever be able to understand how someone can think it's okay to cut off part of your child's genitals. Is just like so um, uh, bizarre to me. It's the strangest thing in the world, outside of my possibility of understanding. Yeah. Um, It's crazy how great Bonobo is in quality of videos, and he gets very little YouTube subscribers. He has more than me. But yeah, I think part of it is his channel's been shut down multiple times. So he's lost a lot of subscribers because of that. My channel almost got shut. There's like part way to being shut down because I had a playlist where I took other people's circumcision videos and just listed them on a playlist. And they're like, you can't have a playlist of other people's videos that shows this procedure, which is the topic of your channel. And so they gave me a warning, and I tried to appeal it. And a year ago, when I did that, they accepted the appeal. This time, they rejected it. So I now have a warning on my account, and they removed the videos. So I can't post other people's videos, a playlist of other people's videos. Like, they can have the videos, I guess. I don't know if they took down the actual videos, but I can't have a playlist of it. So yeah, it's a hard issue to address. There's definitely some censorship issues, and other people have talked about the possibility of people getting their channels shut down, or not shut down, but sort of, what do you call it, shadow banned, where they'll limit how many views you get. They'll kind of siphon off some of your account and do something to hide it without you knowing about it. I don't know if that actually happens. It very well might in some cases, or it might not. It might also just be that people don't want to don't want to watch videos about genital mutilation because it's horrible. So I don't actually know. I think it could be both too. In any case, I'm gonna go. So thank you everyone for watching. Yeah, let me know what you think of this. I should be back tomorrow again. I don't have an official time set for this yet. I know that would help with a call-in show if I had an official time that people could call in at, so that you know when to show up. But I do plan on doing this again. Although I also do plan on doing it on my other YouTube channel, which I will post below, Intact Community, because that's going to be where the new group is. All right. Talk to y'all later. Have a good one, David. Nice talking with y'all. Oh, I need to figure out how to shut this off.